Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. This is the weekly for June 3rd to June 10th for the signs of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. We're going to jump right into the air signs because it's Gemini month, Gemini season. So let's get out your angel oracle cards for the week. How my lovely air signs doing today? I don't know where you are at in the world. I am in the U.S. on the East Coast, and it's getting hot. It's well into, it's not summer yet. It's still springtime, but it's getting hot, getting into that summer feeling. I can't wait for the pools to open. We have a lot of public pools where I'm at, and I can't wait for them to open. But this is going to be the weekly check-in, June 3rd to the 10th, all right? It was 3 cards. So I won 3 cards for my 3 lovely air signs. Let's see what kind of energies we're dealing with this week. Show me. All right, Gemini, you get what your card is. Children. All right, your love life is being affected by children. Sometimes this card comes up when you are in a very young relationship, very new relationship, or a relationship that's quite immature in some way. Libra, healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So you're doing some healing this month, Libra, looks like. At least this week, it's going to be some family, perhaps some family issues. I remember your monthly reading had that as well. So release your ex for Aquarius. This time has come to clear your energy. Wow, Aquarius, you've been getting some really heavy readings lately as well, especially on the monthly. Check out the June monthly readings for your signs. Also, Monday the 3rd, I'll be doing the new moon readings again, okay? That'll be all day. I'll be filming and uploading all of the signs for the readings that day. Bottom of the deck, soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So that's some of the undercurrent energy. All right, those are your 3 cards, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's see what the other cards say for you for the week. Cards, give me a clear reading for our lovely air signs for this week, June 3rd to the 10th. Give me some clear messages coming through for my lovely Geminis, Libras, Aquarius. All right, we want to know what's going on this week. What to look out for. What are the main themes? To help us to clarify these romance angel cards. Messages coming through from the archangels. All right, show me. All right, guys, let's get into your cards for this week. Gemini, you got Judgment coming out the gate. Interesting over children. 7 of Swords. And 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Libra, you've got 3 of Discs coming out. 3 of Pentacles. 4 of Wands. And King of Wands. Wow. There's your soulmate energy there. And Aquarius, Wheel of Fortune. So the wheel is turning for you, Aquarius. All right. Hanged Man, you're stuck. I understand why that. And 9 of Cups coming up. Let me move this over here. All right. Wow. All right. Beautiful. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit, another 9 card. All right. So 9s represent the relationship you have with yourself. Right. That's why the first 9 is the Hermit. He's the first card that takes Virgo energy. First card that like kind of goes and now he's going into solitude, right? To looking deeply inside to seek wisdom. It's also the Sage as well. The Hermit is also the Sage, teacher, the guide, the wise man. All right. So that's interesting. You guys are all you air signs. You have this kind of undercurrent of kind of going deep inside this week, kind of, paying close attention to yourself and your own alignment, right? Your emotional and spiritual well-being. So let's get right into it. For you, Gemini, you got Judgment. All right. So this is a time, Judgment is a card about, it's interesting. It talks about releasing, guilt, right? Judgment. I mean, who can really judge, right? We judge each other. That's why the card has the figures. They're basically undressed. They're laying themselves bare. It's the symbolism of laying yourself bare, which is like being honest with yourself, right? Not hiding anything anymore. So judgment isn't so much about, being judged by another entity, like you did this or you did that in some kind of cosmic court. It's about realizing that only you can judge yourself and only you can kind of free yourself, right? So inherent in laying yourself bare, you kind of see the freedom, right? And that could indicate that, especially if you have children, could be indicating heart-to-heart conversations with your children, with your loved ones, right? This card can come up when you're doing healing work, with your family as well, in terms of talking about issues that have been in the closet, getting those bones out the closet, and rumors or whatever that have gone on far too long and caused division and caused people to literally judge each other based on lack of communication and being honest, right? And here you have the 7 of Swords and the 10 of Discs. So along with that overriding judgment, right, that energy, you've got somebody who hasn't been playing fair. 7 of Wands is interesting. It talks about somebody who wants what you have so badly that they'd rather steal it from you than to work for it themselves. 7 is the number for dreams and wishes, aspirations, right? It can also be the number for unexpected occurrences. It's like when things happen, you never expect it to happen, And so here you see the character, and he's kind of like, oh, I got away with what I wanted. I took as much as I could carry. Couldn't carry it all. He took as much as he could carry, and he's off, right? But it's cheap. They're not his swords. He's stolen them, and it's a cheap kind of like attainment of what you want. You're not going to be able to hold on to it. And I feel like perhaps this is a scenario where somebody's done this to you, right? Interestingly enough, to have children involved in judgment, it seems like this week is like a heavy week for you, Gemini. You could be dealing with a scenario. You could be dealing with a scenario with an ex, custody issue, child visitation issues, something like that, or just issues with like you and your partner, or your ex may have children with a previous partner, right? And there's this kind of energy around it. Somebody, or you could be feeling like, you could be in a marriage with somebody, you guys have children, and somebody's coming in to kind of try and to divide that or take that, take what you have in a way. You definitely feel like, and this is going to resonate with very specific people out there. I feel like this is for you Geminis who definitely have children, and you feel like almost like you have to protect them because there's someone out there who is very like hateful of, they're a hater, they're hateful of what you have. It may be that you have a very happy existence with you and your family, and someone's kind of threatening that, right? Because you have 10 of Pentacles here too. So this is a happy home life. You have and I feel like this is why this is why that's the message. This 10 of Pentacles makes me realize, that this is for the Gemini. Yeah, you're happy. You have your family close to you, right? You've worked very hard. You have a certain amount of money and stability. But somebody's coming in or around you that is untrustworthy. Could be a close friend. This card comes up when it's someone close to you, right? When it's someone like a friend or someone that you did not know would be, because only those we allow close to us can get close enough to actually take what is precious, right? So, that's why people say usually, if you've had something really significant stolen or something like that or taken from you, it's usually, and you don't know who did it, it's usually an inside job, because those are the people who are going to know the most, right? And certainly if it's a scenario where it's causing you pain, so when we're talking about emotional situations, it's usually someone that you hold dearly close who secretly hates on you, is envious, is jealous, is wants what you have, and is compulsive about it to the degree that they're going to take it, right? So I feel like you got to watch out this week, Gemini. You got some heavy stuff going on. I think you definitely need to look at the people that are around you. Judgment is there, so be discerning, right? This is also another message with this card, to be discerning. Watch out who's around you. You know, the deeper message is, of course, in terms of, you know, forgiving ourselves and releasing our own guilt. But then the more, I guess, I don't want to say shallow, but the more surface message of this card is to watch out. Be discerning. Be careful of those around you. They may not be showing you their true colors, right? Engage that, you know, that extra sense of really checking to see if people are being honest with you. Don't take things only at face value. Dig a little deeper, right? Just be careful, you know, be more discerning, be more judgmental. All right, Libra, you've got 3 of Pentacles, all right? So this is beautiful, right? This is a time where you are starting to feel good about who you are. You've worked really hard on who you are. You might be starting to get some notoriety in your field or some accolades. You might be starting to get people to come to you and ask you for your assistance, right? And you're also with healing family issues. It seems to me it might be that someone in your family has come to you to finally acknowledge you, right? Has someone finally come forward to acknowledge you and to say, you know, to give you that praise in a way? And I don't mean in a shallow way, but in a real way, that kind of appreciation that you've always wanted, that you've always been working for, right? That's what I'm feeling here, especially with healing family issues for you Libras who are doing that. It's because someone perhaps has come forward, and not necessarily in a very wishy-washy way, in a very real way. It could be that someone has asked you for your real help, your very physical real help on something, and you never thought that that person would ever ask you for your help. And now they are, and it's kind of like got you feeling like maybe it's time to heal some of the rifts that have occurred. 4 of Wands and King of Wands. This is a very passionate time for you. Certainly, you're healing. You're coming to a point, I think. Also, it could be that you're with a loved one. You're in a couple relationship, and it's getting to a level of commitment that's making you also think about your family, right? And have to perhaps deal with some family issues. I feel very positive, though, about all this. With healing family issues, this is all a very positive scenario, Libra. I feel like this, you're not in kind of like the heartbreak throes of healing family issues. I feel like this is like the end part where you start to, where you are actually healing. I guess I would say like the itchy part. You know, when you have a sore, you've got a cut or something, or you've got stitches, right? And first it's, you know, it's painful to go through the process. Then the healing is like, okay, at the beginning it aches a lot. It's sore. It's very, very sore. It aches. It's constantly a pain. Then you realize the pain isn't so much. And then you get to a point where it's kind of itching a whole lot, you know, and then you get to a point where it's just itching a little bit. I feel like that's where you're at here, you know. The healing has happened. The new skin is starting to form on the relationships. It's a little bit itchy maybe still, but, you know, you're finding harmony. You're finding stability. King of Wands, certainly feeling like you are in charge now of your family and your vision. Right? You are now back at the helm. And I think that perhaps this is all part of healing these issues. You know, I think whatever conversations you needed to have, you had previous to now. And this week, you're just kind of getting all of that positivity from the process, from doing the process, from doing the hard work. You're going to feel very good this week. You're going to feel like this King of Wands energy. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. King of Wands, he's like the leader, confident, very confident. You know, he's now ready to, you know, he's ready to take charge. He takes charge of his family and his vision. He's you know, he doesn't waver. And he's not unbalanced in some kind of emotional sickly way or spiritual sickly way. He's healed. You know, the King of Wands is a healed king. He's a king who's gone through family issues and come through the other side, right? And is still able to be an effective leader. So I feel like this is you, Libra. You feel very much more in control. If anything, I would say like your scales are kind of doing this thing now. You're feeling really good. Unfortunately, Libras, everybody feels like Libras are all about staying in balance. From what I understand and the way I read Libras, it's not that so much that they want to be in balance, but it's the work that they do, or the interactions that they have in their life with people and their lives, that's part of the balancing act. It's the act of balancing that Libras, I feel like, thrive on and excel at. Not so much that they need to be balanced, but that they need to go through the motions of becoming balanced, the interplay of it. It's more of an action rather than a state of being, right? So kinetic energy rather than potential, okay, for you scientists out there. And so now you are kind of coming into this equilibrium place, this balanced place. But watch out, Libras, you do tend to, like I say, because you like the act of balancing, usually when you do start to come into balance and stability, you will tend to look for something to throw it off. So watch out. But I think this is a really beautiful week for you, Libra. Aquarius, release your ex. The wheel is turning. So you've got something going on right now with you, Aquarius. You've got divine opportunities coming in. Could be you have a divine opportunity to be with somebody else and you're still harboring energy from an ex, right? Or a bad breakup. But now is not the time to do that, because when the Wheel of Fortune comes up, it's because you've got opportunities coming in that have been divinely led. These opportunities have been brought to you by the divine. They want you to have this. They want you to take, offer you these opportunities. They're not always going to be there. And sometimes they include money or success or finding a mate. And in this case, it seems to suggest that you need to release some of your negative energy. Here's the Hanged Man. So certainly you are in a stuck situation. But interestingly enough, the Hanged Man is the second two. The first two being Temperance. The Hanged Man is the 12 in the Major Arcana. The first two being Temperance, right? So Temperance, you come to her and ask for her advice. And she may give it to you. She may decide to give it to you. But the Hanged Man, he chooses to stay stuck without any movement until he has laid his eyes or found something that intrigues him enough to want to change. There's a laziness here. Not so much a laziness, I guess, what do I want to say is, but just a patience. This is when patience has turned, it's almost like when they call those trees, they're like, I forget the name of it, but they're these trees, they're almost like stone, right? They've turned to stone because they've stood there for so petrified wood trees. They're almost like stone, right? You can't just cut them down with normal tools, but because they have been there for so long. The Hanged Man is almost stuck because he has gotten comfortable just hanging around. He's gotten comfortable in the scenarios, the life that he's living now. It's not an exciting life. It's not allowing him to live his best life, but it's all right. He's comfortable enough. Why should he change? He's not using everything he's got given to the best of his ability, but he's comfortable. So you know what I mean? It's not even so much, that's why I don't want to say laziness, but more so like, boredom almost, and kind of being stuck now just because you're used to it, right? And so he's waiting for something to come along that's so intriguing and exciting for him that, boom, his head, lights up, and now he's starting to get enlightenment. But when this card comes, it means that you at least partially realize you need to change. Pulling this card is the awakening of the Hanged Man, right? So that's the essence of actually pulling this card in a reading. So you already know you need to change. You have an opportunity to really, look at that. 9 cups, beautiful cups, established relationships. These are established relationships that, you're protective of them. Look, right? But you're not interacting with them necessarily, but he's there, he's protecting them. These are his accomplishments, friendships, relationships over the years, camaraderie, etc. He's very proud of that. He doesn't want to lose any of that. So this is very protective. This energy, this 9 of Cups is like very much protecting the love you have. How hard you worked for it. So it could be as well that you just want to protect yourself in a way, that you're not ready, that what you have so far is enough, right? And you're not really ready to venture off this kind of like peg yet. You don't want to jeopardize what you have or what you have left. But like I said, Aquarius, Wheel of Fortune is turning, so you have opportunities now. You have to still release some of that negative energy. And release your ex can also be just releasing negative energy, fear, energy, you know, negative thoughts that we have learned to, or that we have acquired through bad breakups or bad relationships. A lot of times we come out of these relationships and we think we're great because we're out of the relationship, but we forget the baggage. The baggage is the leftover negative feelings that you still hold on to. Feelings of worthlessness or feelings of not being good enough, or, you know, you have to realize those feelings that are as a result sometimes of bad relationships are the things that are really the worst to come out of it, because they continue to haunt you, right? And they continue to control your life. So you have to truly, so releasing your ex is so much more about just getting yourself back than just releasing your ex. You know, people think, well, I don't want to forgive him, you know, or I'll forgive, I won't forget. You know, that's all of that kind of wishy-washy double speak is bullshit. At the end of the day, the reality is it's not about your ex. Releasing your ex is about releasing all of the negative energies and feelings and thoughts about yourself that are detrimental to you, that you've acquired as a result of that ex or that relationship. And that's what you have to release. You know, you have to go back to, you know, you have to realize, no, it was, you know, I'm not worthless, or I'm not, you know, this, that, or the third. You know, even if you blame yourself for being with the person in the first place, and that alone is a negative feeling. Like, you know, why the fuck was I with this person anyway, you know? Well, that you have to release that too, because, yeah, we all make mistakes. Sometimes we get involved with people, and you have to be involved with them for a while before you realize this person is a demon, you know? Next time, that emotional muscle that you're exercising will be stronger, and you'll get, you know, you'll get rid of them quicker, and then at some point you'll get to a point where you can see them coming a mile away, and you won't even get into a relationship with somebody like that anymore. You know, that's the ultimate aim, right? To not subject yourself to relationships with people who are toxic, you know. And that's a step-by-step journey. You know, first you have to be able to recognize those people, and they're very good at hiding. You know, so it may take some relationships, you know, and learning, but if you don't release and learn to recognize and release all the baggage, you won't ever learn from those relationships. You won't ever be able to move forward. We're going to get some clarity on these cards. Sometimes I'm shuffling while I'm talking about what I'm talking about, because it helps to tune me into the cards and the messages that are coming through. You know, when I go off on a tangent about a particular area of relationships, it's because that's come to me during the reading, and I just felt that it would needed to come out, you know. So let's get some clarity on Gemini, Libra, Aquarius for June 3rd to the 10th. Show me. Gemini, 10 of Cups, beautiful. And a Magician. The 10 of Cups came out. And a Magician, beautiful. Libra, 8 of Swords. And 8 of Pentacles. Wow. 8s. Page of Swords for you, Aquarius. And a Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. Bottom of the deck we have 4 of Swords. Again, more stability. 4s being stability. Card of stability. The number of stability, right? All right. Interesting. Gemini, so you had 10 of Cups, another 10. You've got a lot of completion going on this week. Even Judgment is 20, is 2 10s. A lot of 10s. You have 10 of Cups. So completion. Yeah, you're happy. You're in a really happy relationship right now. Your relationship is, you're with somebody that certainly is your soulmate, I believe. Someone you're very happy with, right? And you're feeling, of course, you're feeling very, very on top of your game. Just the magician. He's able to manifest whatever he needs or wants, right? This comes up when you're living your best life, when everything is in tune for you. You're on your right path and everything you're doing seems to work. And you're manifesting what you need to manifest. Your chakras are in line, right? And your mind, soul, and spirit are all in one harmony, right? And that's because you're doing, when you're in that space, you feel like you can do no wrong. Just be careful. Like I said, this week is a beautiful week, but there's definitely completions. Like you've come to a certain plateau in certain areas. So chances are you may be starting some new cycles, but they're positive plateaus. 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups is very positive. It's not 10 of Wands or Swords. So it's a kind of long-term positivity, long-term completion, not necessarily completion and now you have to start something new that's going to end up killing the old. But this is kind of like completion in terms of you've reached your level, right, of love and stability, and now it will just carry through your life as long as you protect it. So stay on guard this week, Gemini. I think this week you need to be very on guard to protect yourself, your emotions, right? Be protective of those who may come in and try to take your happiness, your peace of mind, all right? Watch out for the haters, and even if your, children is at the heart of it, it could be, like I said, it could be something to do with your children or second families, right? First family, second families, stepchildren, adopted children, you know what I mean? Extended family issues. Just watch out. There's a hater out there, and they might be coming for you. So you just have to be careful. I don't want to give you like boo, but it's something you just have to keep an eye open. And it may mean that you'll come to some kind of realization about someone. Libra, 8 of Swords and 8 of Pentacles, right? Beautiful. So 8s are all about limitations, right? It's all about boundaries, limitations, right? Realizing what you're willing to do. 8 of Swords talks about realizing that you are bound by your own small-minded thinking, your own assumptions. Your assumptions about life and the way you should be living it or the way others should be living it, your opinions, all of that has kept you isolated and it's kept you bound and limited. So that's what that's talking about. It could be that this is what you've been going through with your family, right? This kind of, it could be that was the strife, right? That, there was someone, either you or someone else, you guys just couldn't have a meeting of the minds, and somebody in this scenario was just unwilling to yield. They're being very stubborn, not necessarily, listening to your opinion or anyone else's opinion, right? And this caused a lot of isolation in the family, or isolation between that person and the rest of the people around them. This idea is my way or the highway kind of idea. And then here you have 8 of Pentacles. And I feel like this is just kind of like the work as well you've been doing. You've been kind of like, knuckling down. Now, let me be clear. This could be you or another person, or both of you could have been exhibiting this energy. 8 of Swords is it wasn't my fault energy. It's my wasn't my fault victim card as well. It's my victim card. And anyone can be playing that. It could be that you've had issues with someone and you both were playing the victim. But that is the negative energy, which is at the heart of all of this healing that needs to happen. Which is that somebody is just unwilling to accept that it was their own, limited kind of narrow scope way of thinking and acting around with other people that's caused them all of the pain. It's like those people who are very opinionated. You ever meet those people, try to have conversations with them, you can never get a word in edgewise. Or if you say anything that contradicts what their opinion is, they either just dismiss it completely or they argue you down. And it's like you can never, those type of people, to me, they always seem like this kind of seething, roiling ball of anxiety to me. Because it's like, how can you be this uptight, to be that needy about always being right and things always having to be a certain way. It's got to be exhausting to live like that. To me, I see that as an exhausting kind of way to live. And when I see someone who is like that, it's almost, I almost as a empathic type of person, I start to feel embarrassed for them. because I literally feel embarrassed for them when they act that way, because to me it seems like it's so clear what's happening. It's their insecurities are so absolutely on stage when people behave like that, for me, when I see that, it's really hard to watch. Eight of Pentacles talks about limitations, but it talks about limitations in labor, understanding that you need a 9 to 5, you need a schedule, you need boundaries in order to proceed, right? In order to make money and to be prosperous, sometimes there's positive limitations that you have to put in play. Positive restrictions on yourself, not to go out and party or whatever it is. Those are restrictions too. There are restrictions in life that are positive. Those type of restrictions is what can make a person who's an apprentice become a master, because they stay committed to their craft. They stay loyal to this rigid set, right, of rules and regulations and restrictions about how and when they do things, but it allows them to focus so that they can become the type of master that someone goes to and asks for their help. So I feel like this is, sorry about the background noise. I live in the city, I would say. So this is what's been going on behind the scenes, Libra. And I think that this is the core of some of the family issues you've been dealing with. And the Pentacles is how you've been coping, just working away. I think that's what you've used to cope, right? And this week, you're definitely going to get some kind of answers, feelings. Like I said, you're going to be feeling more in control, more in charge. You're definitely healing, but this is what you're healing from, and this is how you were healing. Certainly, that's the message coming in. All right, Aquarius, let's get you clarified. Page of Swords and Knight of Pentacles. So certainly somebody's coming in. This is the Wheel of Fortune. These are the opportunities. These are the people. You've got a message coming in, and you've got a person who's a Knight of Pentacles. Takes a long time to arrive, but arrive he does. He's sure. And he arrives with a real offer, with a real commitment. He doesn't come in and he's not wishy-washy, but he does take a long time to arrive. Page of Swords talks about a meeting, a cup of coffee, an email, telephone conversation, some kind of conversation or meeting you have with somebody that's very important. So these, I believe, are the opportunities that are coming in for you this week with the Wheel of Fortune turning. And you have to take these opportunities so that you can get to your Nine of Cups. And get away from, maybe the Hanged Man, normally you would not go out, or you would not respond, or you would not, reply. But this entities, occurrences, person, and events are coming toward you. And pay attention. I think you should pay attention, Aquarius, especially a lot of you. I feel like this is definitely a run-on message for the previous readings I've done for you guys. You've gone through so much the last few months. I feel like these people coming in and these messages coming in for you are positive. And I think you should definitely, take a leap of faith, as it were, in a way, and check it out, especially since the Wheel of Fortune is turning for you this week. All right, guys, I'm going to call it quits there. We're at 33 minutes. I love that. Not too long. So, yeah, check me out. I'm trying to upload on Twitter now, so you can check me out on Bow Arrow Tarot at the Twitter. Or I guess at Bow Arrow Tarot on Twitter. And Monday I'll be doing, like I said, the new moon readings. All right. Love the new moon readings. If you don't know about them, check them out on my videos page. They're really fun. I use the Deviant Moon deck, and they get quite heavy and quite specific messages coming through. So check that out. And that'll be happening Monday. If I can live stream, I'll try to live stream some of that. But for now, if you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated with you, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, and hit the bell. For all of you who have so far liked and subscribed, commented, I love you all. I'll keep responding to all your comments as well. Thank you so much. And for now, bye-bye, air signs.